Hello everybody, I'm MOC, and welcome back to another Bionicle MOC review. Now, I am very pleased to announce that we have a special guest today on the MOC reviews. I'm sure you guys already know who it is. Everybody, give a round of applause to our man of the hour. Hello! So, Bekk, or just Bekk, is a character that I randomly came up with. I think I was in the shower and I was like, hey, well, wouldn't it be funny if I threw in a character in this episode, because everyone's expecting this big crossover for episode 12 of Renzo. Just throw in this character who really isn't a character, he just exists, you know, he just does things, and then he dies. That was the whole joke, that was the whole point of the character. So honestly, I was not expecting him to be as liked by people as he actually was. You know, people really like Bekk, and I was honestly surprised for that. It's probably because Thatch gave him a lot more personality and a lot more character. He rewrote most of his scenes, gave him a nice little connection with Camilio, and that really helped to flesh him out. So bonus points to Thatch for coming up with all that, because originally there was no he didn't do any of that, and he just died. Also, he was never going to come back, but because I liked Thatch's parts so much, I wrote a scene without him even knowing that he was going to come back to life, so that was really fun. You know, I didn't want to kill off the character permanently. I wanted to keep him around for a little bit. Before we get into the MOC, I just kind of want to touch upon some of the things about Bekk. He's a weirdo. Most of the weird aliens don't really get an explanation of who they are or what they can do. It's just kind of bizarre and weird and random. And that's exactly what Bekk is. You know, he dies, he turns into a ball, he throws himself at the Gorath, he explodes, and then he's alive again. It's not really well explained, and I will say that it will definitely be touched on in the future. But basically, he is some weird old lizard frog man thing. Starting on the actual MOC itself, he's got a very simple color scheme, being the trans dark blue, the gold, and the trans light blue. I didn't really want to use that much trans light blue, but I had to anyways because I didn't have enough trans dark blue pieces. Plus, I really did like the back shell here, which is the Akimu 2016 torso. I don't really know where the character idea came from. I think I just wanted to use the Golly mask, and because nobody ever uses this mask, I wanted to see if I could use it in an interesting way. And originally, it was also supposed to be like a mouth. Like originally, this was turned upside down, and I used the golden skull spider mask as the lower jaw, but that just didn't work. He's also got some weird quirks, like his neck. This is something he can just do. He can move his neck up like a turtle or something. This is disgusting. He like never looks like this, so that's why it mostly sits down. And even when it sits down, it does look very strange, but at least it doesn't look like that. I mean, that's just a daily dose of nightmare fuel right there. He's also got some posable fingers, which I always love this technique. And you may notice there's a brown one here. No real reason, just didn't have a gray part when I was actually making the MOC, and that's just kind of stuck, I guess. I'll probably switch it out because it's not even like a quirk that's like a plot thing. It's just a brown piece. It has no reason to be there. So that's just kind of a weird thing about him. Not that big of a fan of the legs. They're pretty skinny and weird, and I wish I could have added more bulk to them, but they're fine, I guess. They're about as good as they're gonna get. And also, the toes always stick up like this. They just always do. Like a raptor or something. Surprisingly, I don't actually have that much to say about him. I have even less to say about him than Zanzo, because he's not a super crazy MOC. You know, he's not a massive character that I can talk about. He's just kind of a side character that I know people want to see a review of, and I wanted to review him myself, but there isn't much to talk about with him. He's pretty standard, but I'm very surprised that people have actually taken such a big liking to Bekk. I'm obviously not against that. I'm glad you guys like Bekk and all that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this MOC review for him, and we'll see what we take a look at next time. But either way, I'm MOC, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.